start out?
Oh, I start? Well, once again, really happy with the effort of our staff. Assistant coach, I think, did another fabulous job, led by Jerry Piacucci, recruiting coordinator. We addressed a lot of things that we had to address in this recruiting class. We signed 11 on offense, signed 11 on defense. So, once again, we signed a football team and signed a kicker to hopefully resolve some of the problems we have kicking off. So, I think made a concerted effort once again to recruit our home, and did a real nice job here in the state of North Carolina, and then continue to work our way north and south from there. So that I'd be happy to answer. One other thing, roster changes. Ruiz, Morgan, and Bowens will graduate and move on, and will not be with the program anymore.
Can you talk about defensive backfield, Emerson, Dante Johnson? You got some people. That was an area where you probably needed some help, and then you got it there.
Yeah, we signed 4 kids to play in the secondary. All of them are athletic. Both Johnson and Emerson probably can play corner if they had to. So, with the 4 defensive backs we have there, and with the way we played in the past, certainly some of them will get an opportunity to see if they can.
As a shifty slot receiver like Palmer or Underwood to go along with Morgan Alexander, what will that add to the offense?
I think it'll add a lot. It's a whole different dimension than the type of receiver we've had in the past. It looks a lot different than the Jarvis Williams and the Owen Spencers, the big, tall, rangy guys out there. So it's going to be interesting. I think Dana's excited about the challenge to coach those kids.
How is Dana doing, and is he excited about working with Tyler Brochus?
Dana is in the 4th week of a 5th week cycle. He does chemo 5 days a week. Gets the weekend off. He gets a couple-week break after this current cycle. Every report's been positive, and he's on track. He can't be around where there's a lot of crowds, so but he was in the office. He does his chemo in the morning, comes in for a little bit in the afternoon, I think for his sanity's sake. You call us sanity. I think by his clear date is somewhere in May that everything's still fine. He'll be back to normal and back to work.
Coach, you were at a state university for a long time, and you were away from it for a little bit. Now you're back. Just can you kind of retouch on how important it is to build those relationships in state and keep that top level talent in state?
No, it's certainly important, and we know we're never going to keep everybody in the state. I mean, that's impossible to do today. But as we said before, we have to get our fair share, and we have to continue. And one of the things that we've done is the same guys are going back to the same areas again and recruiting. And I think that build those relationships, as you talked about, is really important. And as I said from the start, once I believe that we were able to form these relationships, that would bear fruit in the terms of recruiting, and it certainly had.
When you talk about the recruiting battle in North Carolina, obviously the Duke, Wake, and Carolina all vying for the same people. How do you feel like your signing class compares with the rest of the state?
I don't know how it compares, and we're happy with our guys, and don't worry about who they sign. First lesson I learned in recruiting: worry about who you sign. They're going to win for you. Can't do anything about anybody else's guys.
Moving forward, what